With the deadline upon us, the reality and fear of a possibly imminent war is beginning to sink in the halls of power here in Washington, in the homes everywhere in the country, but nowhere more than in the Saudi desert and on the ship stationed off what could be the battle zone. Martha Teichner reports.
The USS Wisconsin tests its readiness. Now the talk is all of readiness, but how ready is not the only question. There is also ready for what? Readiness for a real war, the kind this great hulking World War II battleship has known, but most of its crew has not.
It's not a fun job. Wars aren't fun. People do get killed, but that's our job, and we'll do it to the best of our ability.
There is no more obvious symbol of the ominous, relentless march toward war than the Wisconsin gearing up, with her 16-inch guns that can flatten a village from 20 miles away. But this time the Wisconsin is also carrying Tomahawk missiles encased in their launchers, so new they have only been test-fired, like the men, untried in battle.
To go up there and push that button to actually launch Tomahawk, there's some emotions given in there, but when the time comes, we'll all do our job.
Gun 4 ready for recheck.
Gun 4 ready for recheck.
Back home in Iowa, these Marine reserves don't have to blink sand from their eyes before firing their guns.
Fire!
It never occurred to them that they might actually have to go to war someday.
And your recruiter never tell you about this. Just come on in, get the GI Bill.
Not even now has the prospect of battle sunk in.
I don't think it'll really hit me until I first call that first signal over the headset. Fire mission. When you realize that, we're going to be shooting at somebody else.
At the other end of the firing range, Marines from Tampa have their own definition of ready.
I think it's time to act, time to do something. This is what we're here for. And it's obvious that Saddam Hussein is not going to pull out of Kuwait. So it's got to be done.
But coming to terms with actually doing it isn't the same thing as running around the desert for practice.
It never really hit us that I was leaving until I was gone. The morning that we left. So I feel like the minute that this combat situation kicks off, everybody it's going to be a whole new ball game here.
As the midnight deadline closed in on them, the Marines from Tampa got what they knew would probably be their last mail from home for a long time. The last mail before they confront the full reality of the war they never expected to fight.
That's good.
For America Tonight, Martha Teichner in Saudi Arabia.
We have made the point that the soldiers who are going to fight this war are not the children of privilege. By and large, they are young men and women who enlisted from the small towns and the black communities and the barrios, looking for opportunity and an education. East Los Angeles is another of the places they come from. Laverne Avenue has given more than most American streets to this war. So there are a lot of parents here in the barrio worrying about their children far away in what they call El Golfo Persico. Timothy Reyes left home to join the Navy.
They say there will be a lot of casualties, but like my son said the last time, Mama, don't cry. We know that we're here because they're not as free as we are. They don't have the democracy and the freedom.
Oh, hi, sweetie. How are
Rachel Reyes and her husband Steve take strength from all the other parents in the neighborhood who are worrying too. Irene Chavez never thought there'd be a war when her son John joined the Marines.
Well, I'm angry, but I have to support him because that's his wish. Ever since he was in the 4th grade, that was all he played in the backyard. Army man, but I thought he'd get over it.
Delia and Frank Ortiz's son Daniel joined the Army about a year ago.
I think the closer it gets, the more nervous you get because when I see especially Hussein and Bush being here in East LA, it reminds me like two gangs. It's scary because it looks like two fools and your sons can die for it and your daughters. And you say, why?
I'm proud to be an American, of course, and I'm proud of what John's doing, if there was a real reason for it.
I tell him, you're fighting for your family, you're fighting for your country.
If there is a fight, the warriors will be young men barely grown up, whose parents can no longer protect them from harm.
I just wish I could hold him in my arms and hide him in a closet or something, but I mean, I can't do that.
Steve and Rachel Reyes play and replay the tape their son recorded aboard USS Saratoga. They hear the voice of a brave sailor and the voice of their little boy, who's a long way from home.
I want to tell you guys, please, don't worry and don't cry no more, because it's kind of hard hearing you guys cry, and it just makes me worry about you guys, and it makes my job a whole lot tougher than it already is. So please, don't cry no more, okay?
They are awfully young, aren't they? And with hardly any experience of war in that whole armada over there.
That's true, Charles, but in the time we've spent with them, including the most recent time, you get the impression that if, God forbid, they have to, they'll give a very good account of themselves. We'll have the latest from Wyatt Andrews at the White House coming up next as the clock ticks down to 0. The UN-ordered deadline for Saddam Hussein to pull out of Kuwait is now just moments away.